We got a video of the great Jason Whitlock. Now, you know I'm being sarcastic because I don't think of him as great. One of the things we do over here, we're all about images. And a lot of these conservatives, whether they're in sports, politics, they push a lot of negative images of black people onto the mainstream. And they're getting paid well to do it. Jason Whitlock is always acting like he's cracked the code of black America.
That everybody, black, white, brown, yellow, everybody in America knows there is this problem.
But every time he talks, it's the same formula. He cherry picks the stories that fit his agenda.
That's the pattern. He waits for stories he can twist to prove his point, especially when it comes to young black men. He's like a lot of these conservative celebrities. They take certain events that fit their agenda and act like it represents the entire community, while ignoring everything else that doesn't fit their narrative.
He don't even know how these young kids got the way they got. And that's not an excuse for bad behavior. But when white kids do the same thing,
crickets. But
black teams throw a punch in a video, fight, and now it's the end of the world.
They're always highlighting our youth's negative behavior, and then he wants to compare that behavior to a group of men who were created and organized to destroy black communities. And let's not forget, most of these evil, cowardly organizations were made up of full-grown adults, grown men with kids. So how are you going to compare what kids are doing to grown men who had their hate passed down generation after generation? Listen to this clip.
It's going to trigger some people, the fact that I'm even referencing the black KKK. But we're going to talk about it today because it is quite necessary.
There it is. That's classic Whitlock bait. Everyone knows it. It's just a lazy code for I don't have proof of anything, but I know my racist audience will love it.
Because who are the people that's supposed to be triggered? Nobody's triggered. We're just looking at you like, are you really this stupid? To think these isolated incidents mean white people are under attack is ridiculous. Like most Americans, they believe stereotypes. But like most conservatives, they completely ignore history. What's being done today behind closed doors by evil organizations. And the fact that he listens to Alex Jones' racist rhetoric about how white people are under attack.
The left has made it open season on white people. Same thing in Europe where the Islamists is attacking, just stabbing white babies every day as their main target in strollers and run over people with their cars, screaming Allah Akbar. It's all anti-white, anti-Christian stuff. Most black people obviously aren't like that.
Yeah, we know that because the majority of racist attacks in this country are committed by white people. Just look at the stats. But they want these isolated incidents of young black people fighting or somehow organized attacks on white people. Dude, do you know what would happen if black people were really organized to cause harm? They would get rid of them, just like they did to Black Panthers. But they want you to think
a kick becomes a symbol of moral collapse. That's how he wants you to think. Come on, folks. You weren't this upset when the Proud Boys beat up the people with the flags, okay? You wasn't this emotional when Kyle Rittenhauser gunned down protesters. You wasn't. But let some black kids get into the fight or jump somebody, and now we talking about world collapse. Something many kids do in this country every day. But when it's black youth, now it's the moral police. That's what he turns into. This ain't an analysis. He's trying to stir up emotions.
All right, so that's Alex Jones talking about the elephant in the room, that everybody, black, white, brown, yellow, everybody in America knows there is this problem. Young black men and young black women, out of control, out of emotional control, violent, easily triggered, anything sets them off.
They want this, folks. They want chaos. The people on the right love chaos. They didn't say nothing when we went generations with de-investments in our community. They never mentioned redlining. They never mentioned school closings. They never mentioned who put the drugs in the community. Who gave the youth guns. They don't talk about that. They just talk about the after effect. That's why nothing ever gets fixed, because no one deals with the symptoms. Nobody does it. They rather talk about lawless areas and spread fear and shame. They don't care about crime. They care about clout. That's you, Mr. Jason Whitlock. You care about clout.
This is crazy. This is insane. And there are too many of these videos. This is all over a simple shove. People on social media are calling it, he slapped a guy and this is what happened. Where are all these other people? What are all the kicks? All these other people involved, nearly beating this guy and his wife. I don't think we had the video yet where you can see his wife getting sucker punched from behind, but she gets knocked out cold. This is insanity.
And calling these kids the black KKK? Are you crazy? Are you high? Are you just desperate? The KKK hung people, bombed churches. Do you understand that? They intimidated people. Wow, they control the system in many cities, in many small towns, especially in the South. Many times the sheriff and the bankers was in the KKK. Black people had nowhere to go. So you calling these young people the new KKK is so disrespectful to the people who lost their lives from the real KKK. What is wrong with you, man?